Keep your heads with calmness and deliberation. Implicitly follow your government. Go straight ahead attending to your business of getting an education until duty calls to something else. President Eli Whitley.
When Pearl Harbor happened in 1941, I was 16 years old. And at that time they were only drafting, I believe, 21-year-olds. I thought, well, this war's going to be over and I'm not going to even be old enough to go. Of course, the draft age came down and my age went up, and then it became evident that we were going to service, and to be honest with you, we were all ready to go at that time.
After the attack on Pearl Harbor, young men across the nation raced to join the military, leaving the women behind. On East Texas's campus, the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps was formed and shortly thereafter disbanded in order to make room for the Army Special Training Program in 1943. The Army regiment stationed here was number 4813. It was the mission of East Texas to provide not only an education but a home to these young men and women. While technically servicemen, they were still kids. Most were only 16 or 17 years old. They had parties, dances, and participated in the occasional inspection.
Texas Bells on the biggest blind date on record. They're paired off with young flyers from Brooksfield for a day of fun and frolic. No, you can't pick your date out. It's all done by lot, and they have a lot of fun. Father Francis McCarthy, Brooksfield chaplain, thought up the mass date idea. It gives the flyers a chance to do a few stunts on the ground for a change. Say, flying's tame compared to this. You've got to be good to earn your stripes in this business. The old Army mule hasn't changed a bit. Boy meets girl, and look what happens. It's either chivalry or these cadets just can't keep away from the women. You can't hurt a fella's feelings this way. Boy, give a guy enough rope and he'll get himself a gal.
When their education was completed, soldiers relocated to Paris, Texas, to Camp Maxey in order to receive further military training. Once finished there, they were deployed overseas. While the ASTP did not remain as one unit, many stayed together as engineers in other platoons. Some of these men were captured and held as prisoners of war.
How long later was it before your wife knew you were?
Of course, I was captured the 16th of December, and she didn't know anything, but I was missing in action till sometime in March. Sometime in March, the Germans had us to fill out a little old card, and we could mail two of them. And I mailed one to my mother and daddy, and one to her. And all I could do was sign my name to it. But it said something about being a prisoner of war on there. And either she got the card or my mother and daddy got the card. And that's how they knew I was still alive.
76 young men of the 4813 perished in the Second World War. In 1950, Memorial Stadium was built to honor their sacrifice and remind those of us who came after that East Texas was a university of heroes.